Hello, this is Bruce from elam.org and diarmfs.com. This is a friend of a friend's computer. They had me fix a time issue, and so in the previous episode you'll see that. Now I noticed once I was able to fix the time issue, I booted into the system and I can see a bunch of viruses. So I just thought this was a great opportunity for me to show very briefly how to actually get rid of how I actually get rid of malware. So the first thing we're going to do is grab a software called Malwarebytes. This is an awesome application. I highly recommend not only using it for free but also buying it. It's one of the best antivirus, anti-malware, anti-spam softwares out there. It's great at finding things, but you don't want to just use one. If you have some malware detector or anti-malware software that comes with your system, then this is a great addition to that, because no one software is going to find everything. So let's go ahead and run this. What we're going to do is we're going to install it, and then we're going to run it in safe mode. And as a matter of fact, now that we have it here on the desktop, let's just go ahead and boot into safe mode. To get into safe mode, from here, we're going to just go ahead and restart the system. Go ahead and restart, and then we're going to hit F8. When the system starts to boot back up, you hit F8. That gives you the option of booting into another portion of the system. There we go, right there. We're going to boot into safe mode. What this does is it only boots up, it only starts all the processes that you actually need to run the system. Meaning it's not going to run Skype in the background. It's not going to run any extraneous stuff in the background. Nothing that you don't need is going to be ran in safe mode. Safe mode only runs what's needed to start the actual operating system. And the reason why that's important is because sometimes malware hides in other software. So let's just go ahead and run Malwarebytes in safe mode. Just asks us a few simple questions. Yes, yes, yes. It's a 30-day trial, so when I load this on her system, she'll have it'll be available for 30 days for scanning, and then after that, it just, it's not going to update anymore. You can still scan your system, but the important piece of malware applications is let's enable free trial. Premium launch Malwarebytes. So like I was saying, the important piece of malware applications is the piece that updates the actual signatures, because so much malware comes out every day that you have to constantly update the signatures. If you don't update the signatures, eventually it's just the malware software is just not going to work anymore. Let's go ahead and scan, and this is going to take a while. You just wait until it goes through the entire hard drive, scanning the memory, scanning the files, scanning the registry, and it'll pick out all the things that it finds here. And how long it takes really depends on how much space that you've used on your system. I've had it take as long as 2 hours on very large disks that have lots and lots of space used up. Like, if you have a terabyte of data files to scan, then it's going to take a long time. If you have a terabyte but you only used 3 megabytes or 3 gigabytes or something, it's not going to take a long time. Okay, so the scan just completed. It only took about 10 minutes. And once it's done, it will tell you all of your potential malware. You want to take a look at them because sometimes it'll identify things that are not malware. It doesn't do that often, but if you have something, normally it happens with like some of my more out of the ordinary, third-party software, it'll identify it as malware. And so you definitely, if you have lots of, different things you do, you want to definitely check this list. So let's just go through the list real quick and make sure there's nothing that's out of the ordinary. And you'll know right away if you use software heavily, then you'll know that it's not a virus. Alright, so let's just go through this real quick. Quick share. Alright, so honestly, since I'm not familiar with what this person's habits are, and then she's not sitting here, I don't really feel comfortable deleting all of this stuff. But I think a lot of this is either malware or adware. I'm not going to remove it because I don't know what she wants to keep and what she doesn't. But the next step would be to just go ahead and remove selected items. And then that would be it. That's how you do it. And then you can just go ahead and remove Malwarebytes and you're done. They've got 1,823 potential malware or identified threats, because not all threats are malware. Some of it's just very aggressive ads, those little pop-ups that you get in the corner, or things like that are actually, sometimes they're actually saving your personal information, and you don't want some third-party organization knowing your shopping habits or what sites you go to or whatever. But as you can see, that's pretty much it. And once you delete all this stuff, it's pretty good at finding it. It's great at detecting and removing it. And once you remove it, you'll find that your system runs a lot faster, a lot cleaner. It's just an awesome application to have. And it's free.